good, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. But if you're new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. I almost messed up, don't mind me. So today I'm going to be doing, a little short story time about, how I accidentally, brought the cops to my house. So this story takes place around, I would say, like sixth or seventh grade, and I was on the cheer team at that time. So that one afternoon we were at practice, and that same day we had to, cheer at two games. That day, it was JV, varsity, and girls basketball that I was playing that day. But we only cheered for varsity and girls basketball. For some reason, I don't know. So basically, I, you know, that day I brought my uniform, my cheer uniform, practice clothes, and all my stuff to do my hair for the performance that day, all in one separate bag for my school bag. So that day, the coach ended practice early so we can be ready for the game. She told us all to go home, get something to eat, do your hair, get dressed, and make sure you're fully dressed so you can come for the game. So I I stay after school. I'm sitting in the school. It's like all like five of us that stayed back. So we all just decided to go buy some food. So we walked and we left the school and we walked across the street just to buy some food. And we walked to this Chinese food place that was like not too far. It was like my school's right there, and after is a gas station. And once you pass the gas station a little bit, it's a plaza that's this farmers market. It has this Chinese food place. It had this Jamaican bakery and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we went inside the Chinese food place, and I bought chicken and fries because I didn't want to eat a lot. So it was like this small plate of chicken and fries. So after we all ordered our food, we got our food, and we just got up and left, and we just decided we would eat at the school. So we go back to the school. We get inside. We just sat in the courtyard on the table. We sat around the table, and we just sat there and we ate. We talked, we laughed for about like a good 20 to 30 minutes. And then that's when the coach, she texted us in a group chat telling us we need to start getting ready to come back to the school, getting dressed and preparing ourselves for the game. So we just decided we would get dressed early and practice all the new cheers that we were practicing earlier at practice so we can be ready for the game. So we get up from the tables and we go to the bathroom to change. And mind you, the courtyard is not too far from the bathroom. So the courtyard's right there, and if you walk a little bit, is these double doors, and once you open them, the bathroom's gonna be right there. So it's like the boys' bathroom's on the left, and I guess the girls' bathroom's on the right. So let's just say that. So as we're all changing in the bathroom, I'm changing, putting my clothes on, I realized I need to check the time. So I'm looking for my phone, and it's not my school bag. It's not my other bag that I brought my clothes with, and it's not in the plastic bag that I have my food in. So I'm asking anybody if they see my phone or whatnot. I'm over here like panicking a little bit because I don't like when I lose something and I can't find it. So they just told me to go check if it was on the table out there where we're eating, and I walked back out there in the courtyard. I looked at the table and my phone wasn't there. So I'm starting to panic, because mind you, I just got that phone, one, and two, if my parents found out that I lost my phone, they were going to whip my butt. So my friend that was with us in the bathroom, she let me borrow her phone, and mind you, I'm calling my phone, I'm calling it, and every time I called it, it would ring and then go to voicemail, but after a few times, it would just go straight to voicemail. So I knew somebody had it. So after that, I was texting it, sending voicemails, whatnot. And after some time passed, I stopped. So me being the person that I am, I'm over here panicking. I'm not trying to get into it. I'm trying to find it before the game starts. So I tried to, mind you, at the time it was an Android. Like, don't do me. It was an Android, and yes, you are able to, find your phone or Android phone, whatever, through, I guess, Google, whatever. Because I think once you like log in your Gmail and everything through your Android device, I guess it tells like the last known location or anything that you were at on the phone or whatnot. So I tried to log in into my email account to see who logged into what on my phone, like to see where the last known location was. But when I looked, my last known location was like at my house this morning, and it didn't update. So I was just sitting there. I'm wondering like, what do I do? What do I do? But guess what I did? I called the cops. I called 911 because I didn't know what else to do. So basically, I called 911, and then the lady on the phone was like, 911, what's your emergency? I'm like, hi, this is not an emergency, but I just lost my phone and I really need to get it back, and I was trying to see if you guys can track it for me. Mind you, at the time, I'm thinking 911 can like help you with anything. I'm thinking, because the way my parents explained 911 to me and people explain 911, they can help you with anything if you have an emergency. But in my head, that was an emergency to me, but I told her it wasn't. Even though I told her it wasn't an emergency, in my head it was. So I was like, hi, it's not an emergency, but I lost my phone. I really need to find it because I just got it. I'm not trying to get in trouble with my parents. I think that's what I said. I can't remember if that was exactly what I told her, but I just need to find my phone. So she was like, ma'am, we cannot track or locate phones like that. We don't have the equipment. We're not built to do that. I'm like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, I really need to find my phone. Is there a way you can like track it if I give you the phone number or something? She was like, I don't think so, miss, but can you please give me your name and your address? I knew I was setting myself up when I did that because I gave her my name, my address, and everything, bro. Like, I gave her my full government. I give her my address. I set myself up. Fast forward to, because so basically she told me that she was like, oh, I'll call you back. I'm going to be calling you back to update you if we, we'll let you know if we, find anything. I'm like, okay, me thinking I'm going to, have my phone in like a couple of minutes. I'm going to find it. It's magically going to like come to me. No. So fast forward to couple minutes later after I called the cops. Mind you, I wasn't home. I was at the school. And they come to my house. They show up at my house. And the only person home at the time was my mom, and she was sleeping. So they show up at my mom's house. They knock on the door, and they're like, hi, yes, is this so-and-so's house? My mom opening the door, confused. She doesn't know what's going on. This is from what she told me. She opened the door. She's confused. She doesn't know what's going on. And she's like, yes, this is my house. What's going on? Well, we recently got a call from Vanessa. Is that your daughter? And she's like, yeah, is everything okay? I'm pretty sure in her head she was thinking that I either got hurt or like something happened, it's an emergency. No, it's about my phone that I lost. So basically she was like, no, I don't know anything. They told her about the whole phone, me calling 911 for it. And I was like, no, I don't know anything about her losing her phone. She didn't call me, she didn't do anything. Like, she said she's been here all day, and she basically told him that I've been at school like the whole time, at practice. So that's when, like, I guess like 10 minutes before 20 or 10 minutes before the basketball game starts, the first one starts, I get called down to the office. I'm confused because like usually during after school hours, like the intercom, nobody's really there in the front office, to man the intercoms. But they call my name. So I go to the front office, and guess who's sitting there waiting for me? My father. When I tell you, I almost pooped myself. We don't curse on this channel. When I tell you I almost pooped on myself, like I was panicking in my head. I'm thinking like, oh yeah, this is it, I'm in trouble. Like, I just got this phone and I already lost it. So we go into the I go inside the office, and the principal brings my dad and me into her office, that's like at the back of the office. And she sits down, and my dad asks me like, so what happened, why did the cops show up at your mom's house? And I basically explained to him like, how I lost my phone, this and that, the whole story. And he goes off on me when I tell you, like, it was a mess. Like, I was like so scared, but luckily I didn't get in trouble because I didn't really know how to use 911 properly, so he wasn't so hard for me on that. But at the same time, like, the whole time he was at the game waiting for the game to be over to drive me home, he was calling and texting my phone to see who had it, so I was good. So basically the next day at school, like I would say before first period starts, two out of the 4 girls that was with me the previous day at before the game started, they told me they found out who had my phone. So mind you, like I was like, okay, I'm gonna be looking for her probably at like around the school when we're switching class. I'm gonna see, I know who the person was who they told me, but I just didn't know her that well. I never really spoke to her. So a couple minutes before class started, they called me down to the office in the morning, and when I go downstairs, guess who's like holding my phone in their hand? That girl they told me about. So I go up to her, I'm like, oh, thank you so much, you found my phone, where was it? And basically she told me that she found the phone in some kindergartner's hand. They were little kids' hand. They were playing with it they were playing on my phone, messing with it, which doesn't make any sense because, mind you, she told me they were playing with it in the playground. The playground at that school that was at the time was all the way in the back of the school near City Hall, because my school was near City Hall, and it was right there. That's where the playground was. Mind you, the courtyard is all the way around near the front of the school. That's where the courtyard is, where I was sitting at. So how did my phone so happen to float all the way to the playground? Please tell me, which doesn't make any sense. This was confusing to me. So that's like the first lie she told me. Secondly, I'm like, I remembered that I had $2 and some change that I put in the back of the case of the phone, and when I looked, the money was gone. That's like the second thing. So I'm like, was there any money in there when you found it? And she was like, oh no, when I looked, there wasn't any money in there. So I'm like, when the kids were playing with it and you flipped over, you didn't see any money in there? She was like, no, there was no money in there. That's the second lie she told me. So I'm not really tripping about it. I just like go by my dad. I take the phone from her. I'm like, thank you so much for giving me my phone, whatever. I take the phone with her. I go about my day. That's when I realized, I'm like, how are the kids playing on my phone if like I have a whole code on my phone, which doesn't make any sense? Because pretty much that phone, if you keep putting in the code incorrectly a certain amount of time, it's going to lock you out, which I didn't understand that she told me, but okay. So I'm going upstairs to class, and I'm turning on my phone to see if it still has charge, and magically it turns on. By the grace of God, it turns on. So I turn it on, and as soon as I turn it on, I realize everything that I had on the phone was gone. Like, it's like they reset the whole phone, everything gone, erased, completely gone. Like everything on my memory card gone. But I wasn't really tripping about it because I just got that phone. There wasn't really much stuff on there, but contacts, call logs, text messages, they were all gone. But I wasn't really tripping about it because I just got the phone, so I wasn't tripping. But I was tripping about that $2 because that money was supposed to get me lunch that next day at school. I was really upset, and I just went like, in my mind, I kind of went off, but I didn't say anything. I just kept it. But even though I knew the girl was lying to me, like, I just didn't say nothing. So at lunch that day at school, I told the 2 girls that came up to me that morning that I found my phone or whatnot, and I told them the whole story about when I went to the office, what she said to me, and they were like, oh no, like we saw her. She told us about the about she found the money in her phone. Like, she bought food with it and everything. I'm like, huh? She bought food with my money. It's like, you, like, I don't understand. Like, you see money in there, it does not belong to you. Why do you think it's just $2? Like, you really don't have $2. Like, you really have to use my money to buy your food. Like, this was what I was thinking at the time. I was just so mad because I didn't have nothing to eat that day. But anyways, I'm not tripping over it. Alright, you guys, so that's it for today's video. Basically, that was a little story time. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Also, please comment any other videos you want me to do for the future or anything you want to see. So all my social medias will be in the link description down below, and it will be in the new outro that I got, so make sure you read that. Also, I will see you guys next time, and I love you. Bye.